Sorrow and happiness are not fixed realities. They are just feelings inside us. They come from our attachments and desires. What feels like pain to one person might not matter to someone else, and sometimes one person's sadness can even become another person's joy. For example, losing a game may break one team's heart but brings celebration to the other. Even sad songs, because of their sweetness and melody, can give happiness to those who listen. This shows us that when we change our perspective, the way we see life also changes. What was once yesterday's sorrow can turn into today's joy, and today's happiness can one day flow as tears. Our own feelings give meaning to events, turning them into sorrow or happiness. A drop of dew can be seen as the terror of the night or as the smile of the morning. In truth, sorrow and happiness are two sides of the same coin. Every joy eventually turns into sorrow, and the greater the joy, the deeper the sorrow that follows. Sorrow is simply the loss of happiness. Whatever enters our life as joy eventually leaves us as pain. The stories of union and separation are really just stories of happiness and sorrow. Without union, separation has no meaning. Since we cannot run away from happiness, we also cannot escape sorrow. Just as no one can escape existence or avoid death, the same is true for our emotions. Whatever is born must die. Happiness is born, and when it dies, sorrow is born. Our relationships are what create joy and sorrow in our lives. If a father does not mourn his son, then one day the son must carry his father's coffin. Human beings love and desire things that are temporary, and when these temporary things disappear, sorrow takes their place. Happiness grows in our hearts like a daughter in her home, but just like a daughter is eventually sent away in marriage, happiness too does not stay forever. Every religion points to a state where there is no fear or sorrow. This is the station of the soul, where it connects with the universal spirit. At that level, union and separation lose their meaning. When a drop merges with the ocean, it no longer worries about life or death. If there are no desires, then what is joy and what is sorrow? True happiness and true sorrow come from the same source. The one we miss is already within our heart, unseen by the eyes, but present in the tears that fall. This is a rare blessing, a distant destination, a lofty state where day and night appear as one light, where separation itself feels like union, where crow and peacock seem to shine with the same beauty, and where joy and sorrow become just two names for the same truth. A person may laugh while crying, or cry while laughing. When we rise above gain and loss, we reach the highest connection with the beloved, and at that stage both hardship and kindness feel like different expressions of the same love. Real happiness in this world comes only when we give happiness to others. The one who brings joy to others truly understands joy, but even such a person spends lonely nights comforting their heart with tears. And sometimes, the sweetness of hardship itself feels greater than any kindness. Happy, because they can't stand joy in other people's lives. For them, happiness means taking away someone else's happiness. A stingy person can never be truly happy, but a generous person always finds peace. and generosity doesn't depend on money. Even a poor person can be generous if they stop desiring what belongs to others. Those who believe that God's mercy is greater than His punishment never stay in despair. They know that struggles and pain can one day turn into light and joy. Even great people of history went through hardships, but for them, sorrow was not a punishment, it was a gift that made them stronger. The truth is, sorrow that brings people closer to truth is far better than pleasures that take them away. A wise person realizes that yesterday's tears and today's tears are the same, and no happiness can stop life from ending in death. Some people mistake anger, regret, or unfulfilled wishes for sorrow. But regret is just the feeling that we made a mistake, and the cure is forgiveness. Desire is just wanting what we don't have, and the solution is either to achieve it or to learn to love what we already have. The best people are those who share in others' sorrow to reduce it, and join in others' joy to increase it. If we accept that sorrow, like joy, is also a gift from God, life becomes much easier. Fear of the future should not be called sorrow, because it is only confusion, and it disappears with hope. Hope comes from faith, and faith comes from knowing that God's mercy is greater than His anger. He sent prophets, guidance, blessings, and sacred books. How could such a God wish only to punish His creation? Thinking otherwise is nothing but a baseless doubt. A rebellious person lives in constant worries and remains sad. But those who protect themselves from the evil of their own ego are also saved from sorrow, and for them is the promise of eternal paradise. A person who stays firm on the path of truth never ends up in despair. In reality, a human being comes to this world empty-handed and leaves the same way. Happiness and sorrow don't really depend on wealth, status, or circumstances. They come from our way of thinking and the state of our heart. If our mindset is corrected, the debate of happiness versus sadness ends. Happiness and grief are like seasons. They come and go. Sometimes pain turns into joy, and sometimes joy turns into pain. Just like after autumn comes spring, and after spring comes autumn. The real success in life is being content with what God has given you, being satisfied with your own efforts, and not comparing yourself with others. True happiness cannot be chased, it is a gift from God. It is found in remembering Him and being pleased with His decisions. A steady and consistent person rises above both happiness and sorrow, reaching a state of peace where there is no grief, no desire, and no fear, only closeness to God. That is the true blessing of life. Before we wrap up, we'd love to hear from you. What did you take away from today's video? How can you apply the insights you've gained to your life? Share your thoughts, reflections, and experiences with us, and let's learn from each other. We're committed to creating content that inspires, educates, and uplifts you. Kindly share, comment in the comments below. Your feedback is crucial in helping us achieve that goal. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.